Hello, everyone, and welcome to Plate Stack Chat. My name is Jason Croxon, or Jason CF Media, if you are looking for someone to follow on Instagram. And on this show, I get some wonderful people on for a chat, so let's bring out my guests right now. So first up, we have a man that some might refer to as the UK version of Meme for Time, creating fun memes and skits that speak to the very heart of the CrossFit community, and how happy he was to meet his meme hero and new best friend, Rodrick Lopez, at the Rogue Invitational. It is, of course, Mr. George Coach GT Thompson.
Hello there, everyone.
Hi, George. Welcome to not just your first time on Plate Stack Chat, but as I've learned, your first ever podcast.
Yes. People don't usually want to talk to me, so it's a nice surprise.
Well, speaking of not wanting to talk to you, let me bring on our second guest, who is joining us right now. So this is a man that some might refer to as the US version of Coach GT, creating fun memes and skits that speak to the very heart of the CrossFit community. And how happy he was to meet his meme hero and new best friend, George Thompson, at the Rogue Invitational. It is, of course, Mr. Rodrick Meme for Time Lopez.
Yes, I love that our intros are exactly the same.
You know what? It was good for me too. It halved the amount of work I had to do, so I appreciate that.
Very creative.
Sounded like a Star Wars character.
Yeah, well, I don't really want to talk to George, so I'll talk to you, Jason, and you can relay the messages over to George, okay?
Yeah. Have you got anything you would like me to tell George?
He's just telling me he's really not that funny. That would be, yeah.
Yeah.
George,
considering you said,
I'm going to tell you something that Rodrick's just told me in confidence. He finds you hysterical.
I knew it. You know, when you said I was his meme hero, I did believe you for just a second, but I must remind you, when we were at Rogue, I went up, I was like, "Oh, nice to meet you, Rodrick." And he went, "It's Greg, right?" So yeah, I don't think George, that's true, to be fair.
I was like racking my brain to try and remember the name he kept using. Yeah. And I couldn't remember what it was.
Greg.
Because if I could, that absolutely would have been included in the intro.
Yeah, it called me Greg for like the first day. So
shows how much I'm pretty sure I called you Greg the next day as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Did you know my name, George, or did you just call me Meme for Time?
No, I literally came up to you and went, "Oh, nice to meet you, Rodrick," because I care. You know, one of those things.
Well, yeah. There's your struggle there. I don't care, so that's the that's the
Have either of you done a meme about remembering people's names in the class?
No, I don't typically see Brett. Hi, Greg. I don't typically forget people's names in class, to be honest. Just Greg's name, George's name.
Yeah. Okay. Just I think it's when you can't remember the name, but they can remember your name, and then you have to like come up with a nickname or just reference something about them to like, we're friends, we've known each other, we attend the same class all the time, and you remember my name, and I do not remember your name.
You can pretty much tell when that happens with me, because it'll be like, all right,
big man.
Hey up, pal. Great work there, friend. Okay, see you later, guy. All right.
He's lying. Still calls you Meme for Time.
It's true. Okay. It's true. That's probably somebody that knows Greg. I mean, George. I don't typically forget people's names when I'm coaching the class, but if I'm attending the class, I have no idea anybody's name. And I find that to be an issue. Again, I did jiu-jitsu for 2 years, and I'm still like, you know that one guy? And I've, been this close to this person's face 100 times in the last 2 years, and I still don't know their name.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe it's when you see them because they're just standing like at a distance, a kind of normal distance. You're like, I can't. And if you could just maybe smush your face right up against them, you're
right
there. I've got it. It's great.
If they sweat in my face, my eyes, my mouth, I might.
Oh yeah,
might be better.
Yeah. We've got some. Hey, buddy.
People pay a lot of money for that.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, now that I've put Brett's comment up, I know who Brett is. Okay, because the picture's a bit bigger. I'm like, I've seen him. I've seen him featured.
Yeah, we're gonna train on this Saturday. You guys are invited if you want to come this Saturday. We're working out at my place.
Yeah. George, can I share a lift with you?
Yeah. Get the private jet ready.
Yeah. I wonder if we can get on the same plane and the same class that Rodrick had when he went to.
Oh yeah, he kept that quiet, didn't he?
Well, he didn't. He made a meme about it.
Yeah, they
Couldn't
do.
have kept it much. Yeah. How was your flight home?
The flight home, it was awesome. We did almost miss. Actually, we almost missed our flight from Heathrow to Dallas.
Yeah.
We, pardon, but we were in the lounge, the business class lounge, eating.
So you could make a meme,
food.
probably.
No, we were just relaxing, after a long weekend of meeting Greg's and Jason's, and we sat down, and the flight boarded at 11:40, and I'm chilling, hanging out, we're eating some food, and I ask, well, what time is it? Someone says 11:15. I'm like, oh, we have plenty of time. It was not 11:15. It was 11:40. So they just mistake the time. So I feel like we were too relaxed. So I stood up and I looked at the thing and it said boarding now. I was like, oh shit, we've got to go. And I asked the lady at the front, I said, hey, we're boarding on, C whatever. And she's like, oh, that'll take you about 18 minutes or 15 minutes because you have to go 2 trolleys and then you got to go up the stairs and whatever. Okay. So it's going to take us 16 minutes and we have 10 minutes to board. I sprinted because I said, look, I'll sprint because I'm the fastest,
Was there not a scaled option?
Yeah, Liam's faster actually, but
I was going to say I don't think Liam's going to take that, but okay.
Yeah, no, Liam's faster for sure.
I saw in your story he was saying, "Well, look, I was carrying this bag and this bag."
Yeah, he is actually really fast. So I sprinted up these stairs, first one off the trolley, and I was out of breath. Told the ladies, I said, "Hey, there's like 6 people behind me," because there was other people sprinting as well who were like, "Are you on the plane to Dallas?" And we were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I'll go tell them that you're all behind me. Don't worry." So sprinted, and I told them we were literally the last 5 people or 6 people onto the flight.
It's a good job you can remember everybody's name easily. So you're like, okay, yeah, there's Steve and Susan and John. They're all behind me as well.
Yeah.
I was enjoying your story. I was distracted when George very subtly went off camera to eat.
I did tell you there's some food left to eat, and I didn't want to be rude and eat on camera. So I'm surprised you caught that because I was very subtle about it.
Yeah. If you hadn't forewarned me, I wouldn't have noticed. I like Brett's comment. You can remember me because of my chair. I bring it everywhere. It's fashion. Brett, you and Rodrick should come over in February and come to the Gymshark headquarters where they are doing the Wadaptive competition. That is a mixed pairs competition of one adaptive and one able-bodied athlete. And you can partner up with Rodrick and you can have a fun workout.
Yeah. I'll just need to take another mortgage out of my house again to afford that trip.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure if you ask Gabe, Paper Street Coffee would maybe, sponsor your trip.
You guys be ready for a Paper Street Coffee Black Friday sale. Is going to be crazy. Plugging it here.
Well, I've seen you plugging all of your friends. Apparently, are all having big Black Friday sales. So
yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah. Wonderful. So you had a lovely time in England, maybe too lovely, and that's why you were so relaxed that you almost missed your flight home.
Yeah, I didn't want to come home. I want to stay in Scotland.
If you just at the UK, I'm happy. But Scotland, yeah, fine, stay there. I mean, you got away before the weather turned, so that was wise.
And you saw your Highland cows as well.
Oh, you didn't you? Yeah.
What did I do?
You saw your Highland cows that you were.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Got to feed some Highland cows. One of the cows actually turned its head, and the horn hit my wife's phone out of her hand, and it stepped on her phone and cracked her screen. But it was recording the whole time, so you can see the whole video of the cow hitting the phone falling into the dirt, and the cow stepping on it.
I love the way you look at life. You're like, yeah, that was annoying about your phone, but content.
Yeah,
there you go.
Surprisingly,
camera's always rolling.
Yeah, surprisingly, she was the one who was like, "That's hilarious," and she didn't mind. I was the one like, "Oh man, that's a expensive accident."
Yeah. Gabe's upcoming deal is absolutely insane, and will run him flat broke.
Perfect, love it. Do it. I dare you all.
You do. I did enjoy the reel Gabe posted. Was it a reel or a story that Gabe put the other day, talking about his like social media guy who comes up with all these crazy ideas and all of that, and we all knew he was talking about you, but then at the end when when you turn the phone and you're the one interviewing for this, I was like, oh, this guy,
Isn't he?
He knows how to make content. That's what I thought. George, you've just come back from coaching.
Yes.
Yeah. How were the classes this evening? Did people?
Oh, they are always a joy, and by joy I mean the bane of my life. The questions, it can never be more clear. I've already adjusted to it. I know there's always going to be more questions, but they still somehow manage to surprise me. But that's the joy of coaching, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, also that's the joy of you being like, when you're like, look, there's no stupid questions. There's no wrong. And then you're thinking there's no stupid questions because that is meme fodder. As soon as you give me that.
Yeah, to be fair, a lot of them have already adjusted to that now. And if they do something, I won't say stupid, foolish, then they will say to me that's going to end up as a reel, isn't it, George? And it's like, more than likely, yes. You have put this on yourself. And there's a fair few of them that already recognize that. Do
you have like a period of time that you'll be like, okay, they did this on Monday, so I need to wait at least 2 weeks for them to forget that they did this on Monday? Or are you like
that day?
Or are you suddenly adding an 800-meter run into the workout that wasn't there earlier just so you've got time?
Just so I can do it. No, I want them to feel the pressure. I want them to know that reel is for them. Yeah. And they usually do. I don't let them get away with it.
I like the idea that one day someone will be standing atop the podium. Maybe I was going to say maybe the games, maybe it will be the Rogue Invitational again, and they'll be like, what was it that pushed you? What was it that got you over the net? Well, the pressure that if I messed up, I was going to appear in one of Coach GT's reels meant I trained, I did everything the way I was instructed. I never made mistakes. And now here I am.
That would make me feel like I was standing on the podium. So if anyone does that, then, I'm a podium. I'm in a podium position through proxy. I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Why not? Very good. I like it.
How many times do people DM you, George, and they're like, was this about me? Like your athletes?
It happens more than you think. Anything where it's a coach member interaction reel.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people who think it's about them. And then I'll think, no, it's not. And then I'll remember a time where they did that.
Also.
And go, yeah. It can be about you as well. Yes.
That's my favorite. When people comment, they're like, how do you know that I do this? And it's that's when it's going to be a good video, because the first comments are, is this me? And you're like, it wasn't, but if the shoe fits.
Yeah.
Is this me? I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
I've never seen you. You live in a different country.
Yeah.
But yes, it's you.
Yeah. I texted your coach. They said that this is absolutely you as well.
Yeah. I have eyes everywhere.
Do you get people like messaging you ideas? Either of you?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah. You'll get some people send.
How many are good ideas?
Maybe like 1 in 10.
Yeah.
I imagine it's probably a pretty good hit rate for you.
Yeah. It feels harsh when someone sends you one and go, oh, this would make a great reel. And you're like, yeah, I'll get round to it. I'll do it at some point, maybe later.
I might just start watching, like after each of you post new ones, I'll just message that to the other person and be like,
you should do this.
Yeah, you should do this. Oh,
yes,
you could.
Rodrick just stole it. Sorry, man.
Yeah, sometimes the ideas are really good too. Sometimes people send it and I'll tell them, I'll be like, hey, if I post this and I don't tag you in it because I forgot your tag, please message me. So there's quite a few reels that I've made that people have just sent the idea. I'm like, this is really good. So I'll make the video. And rarely do I ever get a message like, hey, I gave you this idea. So if there's memes that you see that you sent me the idea, send it to me so I can give you credit.
George is not being this guy.
George is like,
once you told me, it's mine.
It's mine.
I want all the credit. This is about me. Coach GT is my project. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take your ideas and I'll sell it. You know.
And before you hit send on that message you've written to Rodrick, just think,
Yeah.
maybe there are other people that would like this idea. Maybe they need it more. Oh,
I can guarantee keeping it real. He's gonna have FOMO for this.
I know you will.
Yeah.
We love you, keeping it real. I promise.
How many times on here?
I think he had that while we were at Rogue.
Should we invite him?
I think he had that while we were at Rogue. Do you think that was when Rodrick decided to phone him while we were having dinner?
Possibly, yeah.
Just to really make him feel bad.
And made me answer as well.
Should I send him a link to this, Jason?
Yeah, if you've got it to hand.
Yeah, let's do it. He's hilarious. If you guys don't, if you don't know him, I know.
He's been on the show before. I'm trying to think who he came on with. No. Okay.
Augustus is not a fan, huh?
It's okay. You don't have to be nice to him. We don't love him.
Oh, I love him. You don't have to love him.
Wow. Oh, hey. Keep Grant where Grant is.
Wow. He made some good videos while he was at Reps Ahead
with Sprague.
Yeah.
Hey
Jason, are you coming to Wadapalooza?
No.
Why not? Can we get you there?
What? What was it?
Is there a way to get you there?
Jason, is your microphone on?
Yeah, you sound a little boomy, that's for sure.
I can hear you. Fine.
Oh, my microphone is...
Hey George, what's your next meme that you're posting so I can do it first and post it before you?
It's something extremely controversial that will probably get me cancelled.
Oh, really?
So do that.
Perfect. Yeah. That's what I'll do. That's actually the idea that I had immediately.
Thanks for that. Just because his mic isn't connected, you don't have to call him out. Yeah. Okay. Has it switched over to the other mic now?
I think it sounds good. Yeah, it's less
yeah,
booming.
Seems fine to me.
Yeah. Okay. Right. That has distracted me.
We can tell.
What? Because
hey George, what are you eating?
I thought that was a good time to eat because no
quickly.
one was asking me questions. It is a chicken salad, but it is questionably pink chicken. So if you see me rush off, you know what went wrong.
15 minutes and no one helped him until Grant showed up.
Good dude.
GT.
Thanks, Grant.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to read this. No, I'm not going to Wadapalooza. I'm already like going to more things in the last this month and next month than I would normally do. So I'm that's progress on my part anyway. So I'm quite good. Actually, George, are you coming to FitFest?
I'm waiting for a reply on whether I can get a pass. So
yeah, I think you might be waiting a while. That's not your fault. All right, I'm almost there, guys.
I'll contribute. Look at that. I'll match that.
You'll match that. Okay.
Yeah.
If everyone wants to match that, then I think Wadapalooza 2027. Here we come.
Jason, we have George on the show, but nobody unless they follow him knows much about George. George, where are you from? Who are you? How old are you? What did you do before making memes?
I can't remember all these questions. This is Jason's job, Yeah. Let's not take this away from him.
Dang. Keeping it real said come. That's all he said, come. So not come to a Wadapalooza. You're just in the privacy of your own home, dude. Come.
I feel like this is a different type of podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put up 50% of what Roller put up.
Nice. I'm gonna come. That's what I guess it's just.
Right, George, come on. Let's go. We need the dark history. There's we know there's tragedy in a man's life that pushes him towards making memes. We understand that.
You
it
said
would
you weren't going to mention this. This is Rodrick.
No. We're not going to mention that. I just want people don't. Roderick's right. People don't know, anything about you really, beyond
Wow.
that you're a coach.
Yeah.
That your name is Greg.
Yeah.
And
You've pretty much summed up my life there, to be fair, though. Yeah. So I coach in Manchester, in the UK, in England. I've been doing it for just over a year, something like that, I think. But I've always been some sort of fitness instructor. I was fitness instructor in the army. Then I was a personal trainer when I got out of the army, and then did loads of boot camps, spin classes, all the usual kind of regular gym PTing and fitness instructing, and then got into CrossFit. So I only started CrossFit in 2019, just before lockdown. So then spent the start of my CrossFit journey using one dumbbell on a Zoom call, and then slowly progressed into it from there. So yeah, now I'm coaching. Now I'm making memes about my own struggles.
Yeah. I like, as in like about my own struggles, but my struggles are dealing with people in my class.
Yes, yes. The members are my struggle. My struggles.
Not the struggles of getting fitter, of like improving myself. Just the struggles of
social interaction. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, at least you're honest, and we appreciate that. Where do you coach? I coach at 2 different gyms. I coach at Steel Foundry CrossFit, which is just on the border of Manchester, Salford, and CrossFit and Coats as well. Okay. And when are you coaching? If people want to like hunt you down because they want to be in your class, so they can ask the question that will appear in a reel, then
what days?
What days and times can they track you?
Oh, wow. Okay, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday evenings, I'm at Steel Foundry. Tuesday, Thursday evenings, I'm at Ancoats, and Friday mornings, I'm at Ancoats as well.
And so we should also know, so you have coached this evening.
Yes.
And then
and that's why I'm eating medium rare chicken, because I didn't have time.
Yeah. Medium rare chicken is interesting. That's feels like a dice roll.
Yeah, well, I like to live life on the edge, and there's if this goes well and I don't have to rush off to the toilet, expect a cookbook next year.
Nice. Yeah.
With similar meal ideas. Raw pork, that'll be in there.
Will you do 2 desserts every night for dinner?
That's a standard. You should know that by now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Why did I want to mention that the other day? So there was something came up, and I was just thinking, it's the 2 dessert question, isn't it? That's the reason. I like that was your excuse for a slow handstand walk.
I was, Rodrick comes up with these ideas so smooth, so fast, and then he's like, "Oh, can you do a handstand walk?" No warm up. I've just eaten 2 desserts. I give him what he wants. First try, handstand walk. Perfect. That's too slow.
Slowest handstand
too slow.
walk.
I said.
Yeah, I was going to say he didn't say too slow. He said that is the slowest handstand walk I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was trying to save my own dignity there. Just announce, but okay.
Yeah,
we're calling me out.
Well, I had been waiting for that meme to come out because I'd seen you recording it from my hotel across the street. I could see you going up and down the corridor, and I was like, all right, I know what's happening here. When will we see this?
I love the last chat, by the way, as well.
I'll have you know that it is an 82.5 kilo snatch now. So not trying to brag, but let's edit that comment if we can.
Yeah. Okay.
People need to know.
Add a 2. Nice. Yeah, that's the problem with like
2.5.
82.5. 82.5. Okay.
Sorry.
Come on now.
Right. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. So you were saying about FitFest, you're waiting to hear back whether or not I will message someone now, and I'll see if if I can have an answer for you by the end of the show. How long we got?
Okay, perfect. Because if it's not that, then it'll be me having to get last minute fancy dress for our in-house comp at the gym. So it's one or the other. and I do go over the top with my fancy dress.
You dress fancy for a competition?
The old
Okay, I was going to have him ask a question, but this is brilliant. You guys discuss this
because we have done this a few times. So there are little, like, we say 10 quid, you say $10. I say fancy dress, you say, what would be the American version? You know, when you get dressed up in something that is, how do I explain this?
a costume.
Costume party. There you go. That's the
There
one.
you go. Okay.
Yeah.
You would do a costume party for your competition?
Yeah, it's like a fun Christmassy in-house comp. I have dressed up as many things.
For Halloween. Interesting. Not Christmas.
Just Halloween?
Yeah.
We've done it for
Okay.
one of the open workouts like every year, which
Okay, maybe we're just extra then, because
it shows you how not dedicated to like absolutely crushing the open most of us are, because
oh yeah,
one way to not get a great score is to put a ridiculous costume.
oh yeah, I've done it in a leafy thong as Adam from Adam and Eve.
You have any
From
pictures?
Adam and Eve, like it's a film.
Pictures of that or no?
There are many pictures, videos even, but I feel like we may get shadow banned or something if I put that on here. There's a lot of skin on show.
You did do a leopard meme going to the pool at your hotel though, so
That has also been in one of my fancy dress costumes. I was a naughty Santa. Unintentionally, when doing kipping chest to bar pull-ups, my pants fell down and exposed said leopard print underwear. That was not part of the gig, but it happened.
it happened.
Yeah.
Jason is so uninterested in what we have to say. He's looking at his phone right now.
I'm literally. What are the chances? What are the chances I can get someone into FitFest? He's a coach and makes CrossFit memes. Like I'm
Unintentionally. Sorry.
While you're doing that, then Jason, what did you dress up as last time?
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Okay.
Yeah,
I like
because also there was obviously like the box was also divided into teams, so we had 3 different teams. So it was not only like a costume thing, but it was also each team was assigned a color, so your costume had to also be of that color.
Right.
And so we were yellow, and so I made a like Wolverine helmet, and then yeah.
Incredible.
And what were you, Rodrick, at Halloween?
I didn't do any dressing up. I turn off.
Wow.
I'm like a get off my lawn. You know, turn off all my lights. There's no candy getting given out. No.
That's where we're different then, Rodrick.
Yeah, it's true.
We finally found the difference.
I've been a full turkey. I've been a bank robber and a balaclava and a bag of dough and what else have we had? Mr. Motivator.
You're just more committed than I am, is what it is.
Yeah, to be fair. Whereas you need a mortgage for getting over here for competitions, you know, for actual useful things, I need one for the amount of fancy dress I wear.
Costumes.
Yeah. Yeah, I realized I didn't say that right. Someone's put pizza dough. No, it was like a bag with like a $sign on it. I meant dough as in money. I don't know if that's a common phrase.
Right, Jason? Right. Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I'm if I don't do it now, I'll forget.
It's hosting.
What is he doing? I have no idea what he's doing.
He's trying to get me a spot at FitFest.
Yeah.
Okay. To do what? I'm sorry. What do you do?
Well,
Greg?
just to get in, basically, and then he can go and make memes about FitFest, and he can speak to the athletes there, and he can maybe make a meme with Dan and Pepper, and make a meme with Jason Hopper, and you know,
they message me so much. I'm like, please, come on, guys. You know, I've only got so much time. You know, I actually want to enjoy the FitFest. You know, Rogue Invitational, but they just nah. You know.
Yeah. How many athletes were you able to meet at Rogue?
who are you asking, George?
Well, you know, because I was on a tight schedule. Yeah, so I mean, I got a picture with just in Medeiros, but you know, kind of just yes or none.
Okay.
Oh,
no
you
reels.
should flip the question. How many athletes got to meet you?
Yes, to be fair, I would have signed their things if they asked, but no one asked.
They're definitely missing out not meeting you, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
I
you
have a
see,
lot to offer.
some of them get that second chance if you're at FitFest.
If
Yeah.
I'm at FitFest.
Well, and when you're at Wadapalooza.
Oh yes.
There were athletes at Rogue.
Will they? I'm not sure if they'll want to meet me if I'm in my speedos with my tash.
In
you
Miami,
put up
it's
you
actually
put up a
the
vote. Is the Tash staying?
The vote said to keep it, and
you have to
I'm
listen
inclined to agree.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is just doing little things like that as a talk. It just adds that little razzle dazzle to my sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The okay, I cannot remember the name now of the Ted Lasso. There we go. It's the Ted Lasso effect.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Miami might deport me and never want me back.
Yeah, I think somebody said you might be on a list. So
well, after that Santa costume, I wouldn't be surprised.
oh, there we are. Yeah. Like he may be on a list.
Funniest memers, that's the only list he's on.
Funny.
There we go. This guy.
Oh. If I were an athlete at Rogue, I'd only agree to meet you if you were in a Speedo.
Wow. Okay. So maybe this is what I need to do.
Yeah. Well, what I
don't
think
know
is, Corey, get ready for the qualifiers for the next year and be an athlete at Rogue, and there you go. Half the job is done. The other half is just I feel like Rodrick, we've danced around Rogue a little bit here. Talking, not we've danced around Rogue. You probably have quite literally danced around Rogue, making memes. But how was the experience for you overall? Like just coming over to an event of that size in Europe, the people that were there, you were getting stopped every 10 seconds by the looks of things.
Yeah. Besides, shout out to everybody that is from the UK and Europe who always comes here to go to competitions because it's expensive. So besides it being expensive, it was a blast. I would definitely go back. I loved it. I feel like I'm at the kitchen table and both you guys are looking down at your phones.
Sorry, I already had a reply about that. I've been talking with him.
Gosh.
So
yeah, it was amazing. 10 out of 10 would go back. Probably one of the most fun competitions I've ever been at. And it was cool to be able to be somewhere new and want to travel around after the competition.
Yeah. How long did you stay after? You seemed like quite a few days you did.
Yeah, I left Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, kind of traveled around.
Yeah. I saw you got to meet up with some other athletes that you knew within the CrossFit sphere as you were in Scotland. So what was that, George?
Oh, whoop-de-doo, he got to meet athletes. No one wanted to meet me. I'm not jealous. Carry on, come on.
Yeah. Well, I was saying it was athletes that were not at Rogue, people that he went out of his way to meet up with, taking advantage of the opportunity that he was in Scotland is what I was getting to. Adaptive games athletes, for example.
Yeah, Rachel. Like that. Shout out to Rachel. She invited us into her home. She made us breakfast and dinner, and she took us to see the castles and the Highland cows and get coffee and meet her friends around Scotland, which was amazing. We saw Loch Ness. Yeah, and just kind of talked about where she grew up, which was there. And got to train together, went to her gym. It was really a good time.
Sorry. Where did you send the email? Where did you send the email? Was it the?
Oh, is this still the FitFest thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to check my phone. I feel like
that's fine. Don't worry.
Rude.
I'm on a mission.
What if I bring it up in line with the camera so it looks like I'm looking at the camera, but I'm really on my phone?
That's what I should have done. That's very clever. Yeah. No, I want you there. That's so I'm on a mission to get you there. That's my goal. Am I even sure that I'm going? No, not 100%. I've got to make sure that you're there. That's the important thing. Where else will you be then, George? What have you got planned? So we know Rodrick talked about Wadapalooza. I'm sure that's in your calendar as well. But
Oh yeah.
are you going to be at any comps or events or anything coming up that maybe?
No, it's only been FitFest and Wadapalooza that I've got lined up. Obviously, if I get FitFest, but nothing else for the year yet. So
No. Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
open to
Dubai's
ideas.
probably too soon, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, they did
What-
ask, but
What's too soon?
Dubai.
Oh man, that would be sweet.
Have you been there before?
Never.
Is that on your list?
I'm really trying to get to Torian. I'd love to go to Torian Pro.
Yeah.
That's a huge goal. And I'd love to go back to Rogue if it's in Scotland.
I think they said it would be.
That's what I've heard as well. So
That's like the like worst kept sort of not secret, because it's not really a secret, but it's that they're like, oh, I've kind of heard that maybe, Katie was saying that maybe they want to bring it. Like, yeah, everybody's heard that. I'm pretty sure she said it very publicly.
Yeah.
That they definitely want it back. And then on I didn't realize how much time they spend in Aberdeen anyway. But when I went on Monday, as I had quite a bit of time to kill before my flight home, I did go into CrossFit Aberdeen and was chatting with them there, and it turned out, oh yeah, they're over all the time. They spend quite a lot of time in Aberdeen. They love it here.
Wow.
So that was sort of why it was probably so convenient to set it up there. And I think as like, the idea of like, well, this is a good experiment to see if you can package up the event and move it. And it's like, and if you've got the right venue, then you can do that. I mean, that location is like perfect in the sense that it's so close to so many hotels, to an airport. It was like for the majority of people, it was like either walking distance to get in or a very simple bus that takes you straight there. And then the fact that they've also got like the hotel on, built onto the arena for the athletes and the crew and that. So yeah, like as venues go, to find all of that set up so easily, it's I don't know how common that is, but other places I've been to haven't been quite as accessible, I think. But I don't know. Roddy, you're better traveled than me. Maybe you're gonna tell me it's like that everywhere.
Yeah, I don't. Miami is brutal. I mean, you get there and the traffic is. You sit in the airport and it takes you like an hour and a half for an Uber driver to get into the airport, and then you drive. It should take you 10 minutes and it takes you 40 minutes. But then once you're there, there's a lot of hotels around the venue, but it's still they're packed. There's just so many people in Miami. That's one. When Rogue was in Austin, that was pretty cool. Simple, super simple. The games when it was in Wisconsin, like that wasn't too bad. Hotels were, a mile away. But yeah.
How did you find it? So you're the only one of us that had been to Rogue in Austin and now in Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Like, did it feel different? Like very different? Not that different? Was it just the fact that they made them run in the cold, or like what was sort of the comparison for you?
Everybody there is just way nicer. It's just different. It's a different vibe for sure. The vibe here is, well, I guess I can't compare it that way, but in Scotland, it felt like 2013, 2014 Cross the Games vibes. Like everybody was just so stoked to be there. Everyone was super excited to see the athletes compete. A lot of people hadn't seen it before. I mean, here there's people who go to every single event. They've seen it. They've done everything. So it seemed that like everybody was just way more excited for the opportunity to go see these athletes in person.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm definitely like in that camp of I could not get out to it in America, so it being in a convenient location for me was brilliant. I was surprised how many people I met that had traveled from the US, because I was
too.
like, wow.
A lot.
Yeah,
quite a few.
Literally, day one that I was walking from my hotel to the venue, and I saw some people wearing their tops representing different CrossFit boxes and things like that. I was like, okay, these people are clearly going the same direction as me. I'll follow them because I'm not 100% sure where I'm going. And then just started talking to them, and they're like, yeah, we're from America. I was like, okay. Have you been to Rogue before? No. I was like, oh, what? You waited for it to come here before you came? Yeah. It was like a great opportunity to go to Scotland,
True.
and also see where like, oh, okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Also a lot of the athlete, like when I was speaking to the athletes, the sentiment from them was the same thing though. Like, it's funny that you said nicer, because I think Errol Lowen said exactly the same thing about like when people just ask them questions.
I love that question from Jake.
Who has the worst facial hair out of the three?
I'm gonna say me. It's pretty easy. I just can't even grow anything. So at
Well,
least
we
you guys have
know
full nice
it's
hair.
not George. That's what
That's
we
for
know, because his has been voted on.
Yeah, but people have asked me to keep this, so it must be good. Either that or they want me to just embarrass myself. Oh, there you go.
It's saying GT, so there we go.
Oh, good.
Yes. But it's funny because I feel as well that comment about the crowd and about the fans also upset some people. Oh. Whoa. Hold on, I've got to change here.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
I did this just for Jake.
Looks like he's in the Batcave.
And we can't really see his face because he's like he's in the classic Marvel disguise. You know,
In an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
I think it's his bedroom, guys. I think we figured it out.
And he's gone on. I thought you said you were working.
You know what? I actually finished it really fast to come on. And then you guys were talking about Rogue, and I'm like, I wasn't at Rogue. But then you guys were talking about beards, and I was like, all right, I'll come on now.
That's interesting. Okay. So as we were saying, Rogue, let's oh sorry. All right, you were at Reps Ahead.
Yes.
How was that? We weren't there. I'd love
was
to hear
fun.
about that.
Yeah, I really would love to, it's a great idea. It's something that I would love to, I'm sure Jake is just talking about all sorts of things in there. He's the one who provoked me to come on the show. No, Jake, you just saw my head not long ago. Anyway, all right. Reps Ahead. It's an awesome format. Like, it's really exciting. I've watched it and then I've seen it in person, and getting to see people that are very well known, like James Sprague and Ariel Lowen, and just like it being that knockout factor where it gets really exciting. If you guys caught it, Tudor Magna was up on Cole, and then it started going the other way, and Tudor basically collapsed. It's really exciting. I'd love to see it expand. Yeah.
I think it would be fun even to do those types of workouts with your friends, like homies. It's a format you can do where you're just going and you have. So is it 10 reps ahead? I've only watched what you posted, Grant, by the way.
So I believe that it varies by workout. At first, I thought it was that in the championship rounds it changed, but I think they change it based on each workout. So the first day, the workout was 10 reps ahead, and the second day was 14.
Oh, okay, gotcha. The only comparison I have to that is doing like, have you guys ever done where the assault bikes are facing each other and there's a roller in the middle and whoever pushes it?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh my, it's miserable because you go hard and then it's who can maintain this horrible pace. And that's what it seems like for everybody. But man, it just seems like a really good time. So hopefully
I would love to see it.
We
like
can all do that against each other.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing, that like if you have somebody that you're competitive with, it'd be a really fun format to just go head to head.
I agree.
Oh, hey, what's up, George, by the way? Hi.
Hi, Grant. Yeah. I was waiting for that, but I didn't want to say anything.
Coach George.
I noticed you have Roderick's number, but you don't have mine, so it's fine.
I don't. Oh no,
I think it'd be.
I don't think it works that way.
I think it'd be incredible for all of us to be in the same place for an entire weekend and see how many memes we can come up with, and then add just a few like Ali, Rebecca Fuselier, Evan.
Yep.
Great. That'd be hilarious.
So come on, Jason, Waterpalooza.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I don't make memes, so I'm in
You
trouble.
actually have one of the most successful memes from Rogue.
Wow.
Technically.
You know, but that's like the
Part-time meme.
Seinfeld I'll never run again thing. It's like I've done one very successful one, so I should never do another because
100% success rate.
yeah, exactly.
Just
Oh,
quit while you're ahead, huh?
It's so fun making memes. I feel like even if none of them got any attention, it would still be fun. I've made videos since I was like 12. I used a VHS to make like funny videos, and it's just awesome. I love it.
I agree.
Now
didn't know
explain
VHS. I'm not that
to
old.
those that are not masters athletes what a VHS is, and then
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, that's right. If you're like under 30, you probably don't even know. Rodrick,
Yeah,
have you
it's
ever
like this
used
big cassette that you used to plug into your phone
Yeah.
to record?
basically? Yep. Memesturbation, yeah. That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can't wait to see what you guys will come up with. You know, in this meme retreat where you go off and
It's gonna be Wadapalooza. That's what we'll be doing.
yeah.
Are you
Meme
coming, Grant?
retreat. I think so. Working on a few things. We'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Just take out that
Yeah.
second mortgage, dude. You're good to go.
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to make it work. So I'm probably going to be there. And I've never been, so it should be super exciting.
New venue or like new area of Miami Beach.
Yeah. Yep. And Reps Ahead will be there.
Hell yeah.
Wow, there you go. Worlds are colliding at this point. Everything is coming
Yeah.
together. So.
The rumors of what the guys matchup is, which I'm pretty sure aren't just rumors, I just don't want to spoil anything, is a really, really good matchup. So I think it will probably not be a tournament style, but like I think there'll be 2 matchups or 4 matchups. I guess they usually have like a grade A matchup, right? People you've games athletes or whatnot, and then there's typically a secondary matchup with some semifinals athletes or something like that. So,
Hey Jason, what movement do you think you beat the 3 of us at? And then same question for George and Grant. Like out of the 4 of us, what movement would you choose to have to beat us at?
Air squats.
Air squats?
Yeah.
George, what are you choosing?
He'd have me beat at that. Pullovers. That's literally the only thing I can do that is probably on that scale.
What about you, Grant?
I would
Deadlifts and burpees?
deadlifts and burpees, but probably burpee box jump overs. Honestly, there's only one Metcon that I'm good at, and that I feel like, okay, I could keep up, not embarrass myself, maybe even win. And it's when there's short reps that are not conflicting with each other in a short time domain. So for instance, the perfect workout for me would be like 22.1, but a little bit shorter, where you had the 3 wall walks, 12 snatches with the dumbbell, and 15 box jump overs. That at like 9 or 10 minutes would be my jam.
Yeah.
Because nothing gets too fatigued in that, and none of the movements are too horribly taxing. That's right, Augustus. Exactly. That's not even true, Jake. I have a shoulder injury.
And
So
what
my
was yours,
one arm's
Roderick?
like hanging.
Roderick is just like, I'll take all the other movements.
The other movement, yeah, sure. The other movements. Probably snatches.
Oh, of course, you can say that.
Yeah. Well, you've been posting a lot about snatches recently. People have seen your technique, so yeah, they know that's true.
We're trying to get back to it.
Yeah. Do you ever
make sure I beat Grant in the Open? That's the only.
Yeah, you definitely.
That's
would
my
beat me in
goal.
the
He
open.
said he looked at my scores last year and he was like, "Wow, Rodrick didn't do that good." So
No, just the one, which was
the one that you're good at? Oh no, it was
no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the year
the
before.
funny thing about that is the funny thing about that is I didn't really do. I feel like I was fairly fit then, and I didn't do great on any of them. But the one workout that I regret is the 24.1, because I feel like it was all mental. Like anybody can do burpees and a snatch. I took a break with 5 reps left. It was only like a 5-second break, but I feel like I just mentally, I went in, I did it in 9 minutes and 50 seconds. I think Rodrick was like 9:30 or 9:40. And so whenever I look at somebody in the 9 minutes, I'm like, oh, you suck. Well, what'd you get? Well, not that. Well, not as good, but
funny.
yeah.
But you're
just-
grading on a bell curve, so you're like, well,
Yeah,
you're not
I'm
as
more
good,
like,
but
well,
you
in
should
my-
be so much better than me that actually
in
means
my
you're bad.
mind, I got under 9 minutes, so I judge everyone based off that.
So
I
you
didn't
do
work.
your score and then you go through. Okay, well, obviously I had a little rest here, which if I didn't need
Yep.
to rest there, and of course when it went 3,
Exactly.
2, 1, go, I started my watch, so that was like a second that I should probably take that
That's
off.
exactly right.
And
Yep.
then obviously when I stopped my watch, that wouldn't have been exactly the time that I finished, so that's probably another second. So I'll take that one off as well. Yeah.
See,
And
you
then when
completely
the coach
understand the
distracted
logic.
me for a second, I
Jake,
You guys ever
what do you
use
mean
the-
my reps? My reps on dumbbell snatches and burpees? I do have, sometimes I have poor movement, but I snatch with 95 pounds now and I clean with 135 and I'm able to do that properly. Somewhat properly.
wow.
You guys ever use the WOD Proof app when you're recording like your open or anything? You
Yeah, I
ever
have
do
in the
that?
past.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it does like the highlights, and then it's just a whole 20-second video of you resting, and there's no movements
Oh,
at all
that's
happening.
funny.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not even true, Augustus. So they've seen a video of me deadlifting. And my deadlift did used to be very good. The form on it, I have forgot a lot of it. I was deadlifting heavy. I wasn't engaging my lats. And after Jake pointed it out, I believe, I used less weight and I went in and I remembered how to engage my lats and keep things a little bit tighter. My movement gets poor right now when I go up into heavier weight. That's true.
Yeah.
Shut up, Jake. I hate you.
Grant gets the most engagement in the comments. Just
Does,
people,
yeah.
just
Yeah,
people
look at
hating.
this. See? Yeah.
It's just crazy. Great. What movements do you guys struggle with the most? Like what movement that would come up in a workout? Are you like, I'm not going. Like I don't want to do this at all.
Wall walks.
Wall walks for George? Really? Is it because you're
The
6'2"?
tall people. Yep.
I'm 6 foot. I don't have an issue with it. So
I
Yeah,
really
of
like
course
it.
you don't. You don't have any issues. You're fine. You're great. Get to the games. Go on.
Jason, what about you?
Sorry.
They're worse than normal. Like I know all of these guys. And I naturally sort of in the friend group, and I don't mind it. In all of my friend groups, I've always sort of, maybe it's because I make fun of myself a little bit too, but I kind of like it because it's entertaining. I just like to laugh and have fun.
It's
Jake,
just
shut
like you
up.
learned.
You know me.
You just learned in school. You know, when someone's mean, it's because they like you. So all these guys like
Yeah.
you.
These guys must
What
You know
is-
what's so
what's-
funny?
What's more interesting is the fact that Jason
Yeah.
has a wrench in all these people who are talking smack to you, Grant. So
Oh,
there's a connection somewhere there.
I haven't
that's
what?
true. Wow.
You have a wrench on
Or,
all of these guys.
I do actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
That's no-
In his questionnaire to get a wrench, it says, "Do you dislike Grant?"
Do you
Yeah,
dislike
like-
Grant?
You get a wrench.
yeah. Well, what's happening?
Jake
What
does-
happened is they used to say stuff about Grant, and then people would like put them in a timeout. So I had to quickly give them all a wrench just so they could keep saying
That's
stuff. and
right.
They wouldn't get put out of the timeout. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, yeah. I hadn't
Movements. Wait.
noticed that, but let's go back. Probably wall balls.
Yeah.
Wall balls for Jason.
One because that target is so far away for me.
Yeah. Aren't
But
we the
more
same height,
importantly,
Jason?
because it actually aggravates an injury more than anything else for me personally. So
Gotcha.
that's why.
Yeah. I
Grant,
might
what
have
about
to
squat
agree with you.
snatches? I thought it was squat
What's
snatches
that?
for you. Squat
Oh,
snatches.
I'm not even classifying that because I can't even do those. Like
Oh.
I tried to do it with 95 and I think 2 of the reps were good and they were the 2 I put on Instagram and even those were borderline. So I can't even squat snatch. I'm not even including that. Of the things that I can do, probably wall balls and thrusters.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of funny. We visited an affiliate in Denver and wanted like a short workout, right? Something not too hard because we were doing reps ahead.
You were
And
watching
Hiller
that.
mentioned yeah. And
You didn't want to be too
Hiller
tired
was
to watch.
announcing it.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
You didn't want to be too tired to watch the event. Yeah, for sure.
no, I didn't want to be I didn't want to be too tired to make memes and go there and do all that stuff. And it ended up being 150 wall balls, 150 box jumps, and 2 miles of running. It yeah, I didn't realize until after. I think the Denver air really did make it a lot worse. But you know what's funny? I was dead last in the class. Hiller literally had to come retrieve me. I went out for the run. I'm like, the last run, I'm like, oh, I'm good. And I wasn't good. I was like half a mile away. And I just hear, Grant, what the hell? We got to go, or something like that. And I didn't even care, actually. Like, typically I care about my performance no matter who it is. I don't want to come in last. But I was just having a good time out there, man. And I knew going in I wasn't going to do good at that workout. So I kind of just said, I'm going to just go through it really slowly and steadily. I did 5 wall balls at a time. And my only goal was really to get a good workout in. And I enjoy visiting affiliates a lot. So,
yeah.
So I it's the first time in a while that I can have a horrible performance and not be upset about it.
Yeah. Hey, the affiliate that I went to, Jason, in Scotland, in Inverness, CrossFit 57 North, I believe, is the first gym I've been to. And I went to 15 gyms last year before the games, like doing YouTube videos. They like really were strict to CrossFit methodology. You didn't do 2 pieces, a strength piece and a whatever. It was actually like really refreshing. The coaching was really good. He's an L3, the owner of the gym. So I just want to hype them up a little bit. So if anybody,
who is the owner?
I wish I could remember his name, man.
Corey. Sorry, I need to.
Yeah.
Corey, I can't
Let's see.
give you a wrench. I don't know why I can't find you on it.
He's a good wrench.
I'm typing
He
your
would
name
be,
in,
I think.
but I get a whole load of other Corys, and then it stops showing me anymore. So I'm sorry. Otherwise, you'd have one, and you know why.
What does this wrench do? What is it?
Let's
You can just
moderate
boot people, right?
the comments. They can kick people out. So if anyone said something about your mustache, for example, they'd be gone.
What if they say something good?
They'd be gone.
I mean, I doubt it. But
That's why would they be? I mean, what? That's yeah. I think
Donald Beaton is the owner's name.
100% got hacked.
But it's CrossFit 57 North. Great coaching, great gym. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, sorry, hold on. Yeah, Corey.
Wait, where?
I forgot to
where's
say
that?
100% got hacked on IG. Corey, you did get hacked on IG, and you when you sent me a message about the dream car you'd finally been able to buy with help from somebody's, I was like, this doesn't sound quite right. But then I also saw some of your stories were posting up of you doing workouts. So
no,
I was a bit confused.
He had said the person was posting stories on his account, I think. But that how deep would that be if he was posting stories of him to make it seem real?
But that's
because you have access to your old stories and stuff, so he could have pulled those and post them as if he's
from the archive.
Yeah, because that was the thing that it didn't make me think, oh yeah, maybe he actually has posted this thing about getting his dream car. That was pretty obvious it wasn't. But so they were just posting up old reels. That's very clever.
Yeah, isn't it?
That's scary.
So wait, let me get this straight. He did not start a t-shirt company? Because I'm still confused. It sounded very. I got a message from him saying, "What's your number? I'm going to text you. I'm starting a t-shirt company," and I gave him my number. You're not, Corey? No t-shirt company?
Grantson,
I thought the t-shirt company was real.
He's 50% owner of this t-shirt company.
Corey, what is going on?
He says,
you said
what was your number, and I texted my number. He's talking about his credit card number.
That's right. You got my credit card number, right? I never got a text from the person.
I saw the dream car. I was like, really? That's your dream car? Yeah, that was what it was. We were like, that can't be Corey's dream car.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
I did not buy them
Nor
affiliates.
did I,
Oh my
Oh,
God.
multiple or day trade.
Dang.
Wow.
not like Mercedes, nor did I suck on it. Do I? No.
You know, when Instagram or Facebook gets hacked, I had it happen once, and I feel it was by sheer determination and then luck that I was able to get it back. It is, if you don't have the right thing set up, it's really hard because there's no support. There's no like, you can't talk to a person.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, Rodrick knows about that.
Yep.
Not because of being hacked, but I mean, you sort of got hacked, but by Instagram
Yeah.
themselves.
What does that mean?
No, I posted a handful of my vitamins. I had like fish oil and my X Endurance, you'd code roll 15. And I said, you take all of your vitamins at once. And then immediately I got tagged and it said that I was promoting self-harm and self-injury.
What?
So it literally, it wasn't a shadow ban. It was a ban. It said you're banned for 4 months. It said none of your content can be shown to non-followers. And I tried emailing. I tried going through different avenues through Meta. I tried going through like, hey, my monetizations, also at the time I had Reels bonuses, and just from the views, I was making like $400 to $500 from Instagram because they were paying per view at that time.
Yeah.
That I instantly got shut off. I didn't get paid out. And for 4 months, I tried to retrieve it. I went to Wadapalooza. I made memes, reels with these new people, and none of them could get pushed out to anybody new. It was brutal. So for 4 months, I still posted every day, but
You still posted?
I still posted. And after my ban was supposed to be up, I'm like, watch, they're not going to lift my ban. The day passed, and I was like, okay, maybe it happens like the next day after the ban's supposed to be up. Nothing. So then for some reason, this time when I emailed, I actually got a response. Thank goodness. Then they were like, oh, we'll look into it. And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. We did make a mistake. You shouldn't have been banned.
Wow.
So for
Jake, are you
months, I didn't make any of that money, and then didn't get any any new followers. It was I mean, you don't do it for followers and for money. That's not why it started. Now, obviously, like making some money would be great from Instagram, like directly from advertising. But to not gain any new people, not to have any growth happen, it was definitely a challenge.
Yeah. I like to think that you were thinking like, it's not about me. It's that I can't bring joy to these people's lives. There's all these new people that just
I'm not the
aren't
one
getting
suffering.
to
They're
experience.
suffering.
Yeah. You should have emailed that to Instagram and be like, look, it's not about me. I don't care. Sure, I'm not making any money off this anymore, but that's not the point. You are hurting people by denying them access to this content.
No smiles being put out to non-followers,
Just redirect them to Coach GT. That would have been fine.
That's
right. What? And I would have, but I didn't know you guys at the time. You guys both hadn't started pages, I don't think.
Yeah.
You both as in Grant and
no.
George.
Yeah. No, we couldn't have, because that was at least a year ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Because I remember.
Shout out Corey. Thanks for the $3, dude. That makes up all the views.
For the $1.99 that you
your real
so
bonuses.
You somehow come out of this having given me money cents. And are still $1 ahead.
Yeah.
That's the roller magic.
That's it.
Corey was saying that he had to get verified by Meta in order to be able to get any help.
Yeah, I did the verified thing.
And does that help you in any way?
I am just literally in case, like I have like the 2-factor authentication, and then I did the Meta verified because you'll have access to email support. So just in case anything might happen.
Sorry, I pulled up the wrong one.
Here we go. That's my sister.
So that Jake, also means my sister, as I've learned.
Jake, I'll bite on the Grant is the Skylar White of CrossFit. How am I the Skylar White of CrossFit? Who, of course, is Walter White's wife. And earlier there, Jake, I was literally not talking about myself, so you might be behind. He'll hear this in 7 minutes.
Yeah,
he's not smart enough to know how to work the little, scroll bar
George,
at the bottom.
I am so glad I brought you on. It's been fun watching you just sit there in silence for the last 20 minutes while.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not in these loops.
Yeah, George, how much CrossFit content do you consume outside of your own like memes and I know you obviously you follow everything Jason CF Media does.
He doesn't, and I know he doesn't. He's never seen this show before.
I did my homework and I watched you do it with it was the one you put on, was it last night or the night before, with the Florida Grid League girls?
Oh, well, that's a brave start.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have done the one that I'd done a few days earlier that was with Ella Wilkinson and Anita McCartney.
Yeah.
Who will both be competing at the International Functional Fitness World Championships in a couple of weeks. Will you be there, George?
I will.
Oh, okay.
But you should have pushed that one, and then I would have watched that one as well. But
well, I did
tell you how to do your job.
That's the one I made a reel about. So I would say I pushed that one more than the other one, but that's besides the point. I also like that you said at Rogue, "Oh, I will subscribe to your channel," and Rodrick told you do not subscribe to his channel.
Did I say that? I told him not to subscribe to your channel.
Yes.
Yeah. What was the reason? There's got to be reasoning. I wouldn't just say that for no reason.
You said, "Will you actually watch his videos?"
Oh yes. Okay. Very important. Very important. Yes. Engagement per follower isn't super important. So there's people that will be like, "Hey, I followed you from all 5 of my emails on YouTube," and I'm like, "That's awesome. I really appreciate it." But if you're only watching one person, or if you're only watching from one account, then that's 4 inactive accounts. So when your subscribers are watching, if a smaller percentage of subscribers are watching, it's less likely to get pushed out. So
wow.
Yeah, I know none of these tricks.
No.
Well, half of my followers are just me with another Gmail account.
As long as you're interacting, you're good to go. Then you're good.
Yeah.
So that's because what you thought was time consuming was creating all those accounts, and that's not the
case.
Right. What's time consuming is now you need to log in to each one of those accounts and watch every single reel that you make.
That's right.
Yo, my wife told me I should tell you guys about this. I actually told George about this. So there's this person who was really interesting on Instagram, and they reached out to me maybe last year, and the DMs continuously got weirder and weirder. Like they asked if I wanted to open up another gym, I said no thanks, like not interested. But then they started doing like, you should be thinking about hiring me as your sous chef, and then the next thing would be like heartbeat. We should be together for sure. It's really weird stuff. Okay, super weird. My wife, and then I blocked them after it got really weird. They would send me random pictures of their like leg and things that they're doing and books that they're reading. Then this year, I try to respond to all the DMs when people send me a message, and they sent me it was like a normal DM, like, "Oh, that's a cool modification or something." Said cool, and then the next message was like, "Oh, something. The school that they're going to, their university ID," and it was just odd. I'm like, and I clicked on it, and it's the person that I had blocked a year ago. So then I was really weirded out. Their messages are really weird.
Wow.
And I scrolled through their feed, and they posted a picture of my wife and I on their feed. And it is so weird. And I'm obviously immediately I blocked them, and it's just super. But my wife was like, "Hey, you should tell these guys if you guys have dealt with any of that." Anyway, probably like the weirdest I've ever felt getting. I get random DMs where it's never like it's always, for some reason, moms will text me inappropriate things, and then I'll have to block them. But other than that, I don't really get weird DMs. It's usually just people talking about CrossFit. So anyway, you guys dealt with that? You guys have any people who are posting pictures of your wife and you on their feed?
Man, that's weird.
I mean, not yet. There's
time.
That would freak me out.
Yeah,
no,
I would be intrigued by the context as well. Like, was there something written on the what did they write on the post?
Nothing on the post.
So it's just a picture. No,
I'll send it to you guys. Just don't mention the name and stuff, because I don't.
No, cool. Okay, yeah.
No, I had just some Greek guy message me just saying a word in Greek. I think it was "kablas" or something like that.
Okay, just be careful, George, because we know
I know
how
you
you
just
are with
did.
languages.
Well, that was it. I had to get it translated, and this word pretty much just was him saying, "I give him a hard on," and that was it.
All right.
There was one message he sent to me. It's still in my request somewhere. I didn't know what to do with that.
Delete it, but no, it's still in my request somewhere.
You know, I was telling George this too, because there's been some people who have kind of like overstepped the boundaries, and I'm telling them like, hey, just because we're dudes doesn't mean you can overstep this boundary. I'm still married, you know. There's been people I've had to block for sure. You just take it to a little bit too far.
Oh, I wonder how close to the line George was getting that you felt the need to just give him this gentle reminder. Yeah.
Well, you know, you gotta feel it out. What happens in Miami?
Hey, Grant might be there too. I still got to ask.
Oh yeah, fair one.
Okay.
We'll probably
right.
share a meme room.
A meme room. Yeah. There'll be like the media room and then the meme room is just
The meme
next to it.
room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just make sure you walk into the right one. Yeah. I mean, so are you already like, I'd love to get, you know, I've got 3 meme creators here and I can ask them questions. So you know you're going to Wadapalooza, right?
Yeah.
At what point do you start thinking, all right, these are some of the memes I plan to make while I'm there? Have you already got ideas?
Good question.
I think we're all
I'm
different.
like, I'm having to contain myself right now because I get too excited. I'll let somebody else talk first.
If I think of an idea, sometimes I write it down, but most of the time I don't. I'll like see the person, and if I try not to do this. I used to do this all the time. I feel like it's different as I've grown. I really don't want to be pushy. So if somebody is like, "Oh, meme for time, we should make a meme," I'm like, "Yes, that would be amazing." I don't want to just, "Hey, nice to meet you. Let's make a meme." I do sometimes, but if they say that, I'll be like, right now, let's do it right now, and I'll let the wheels spin and try to figure something out on the spot. Sometimes I can, and sometimes if I can't think of it, I was like, I'll find you later. And if it doesn't happen, we'll do it on the next one. But I know Grant has 17,000 pieces of paper written with memes down. I know that for a fact.
I was just getting my
But they're just all
backpack.
scattered around the house.
Okay.
Just like
So
randomly.
pretty
on the
much,
wall.
right? So pretty much, I will write down. So sometimes, and some pretty good ones will come to me on the spot, and I'll be able to shoot it like without a gym or something like that. And it's always great when that happens. But I always have like 30 or 40 ideas and pretty well planned out. Meaning like it's not just one sentence. Like I have the whole meme planned out. The problem is I have them all on different like sticky notes and notepads. And if I go back and I read them, so I'm organizing my notes now. I did some in Denver and I'm almost done. But when I go back and look at all these, Jake won't like this at all. Jake will not like this. Now, when I go back and look at all of them, here's the scary thing. They all say the same thing over and over. Like I've written the same thing over and over and over.
What
so I'll write the
would
meme.
Rodrick do?
Yeah. But I do plan, like I have a Christmas one plan that was actually an idea from Jake. And then I have a Thanksgiving one planned. And
Where's that Thanksgiving idea from?
From Rodrick.
Hey.
I'll always, yeah. I love it when people have ideas. And then I have an Andrew Hiller one that we were going to shoot, but I didn't ask him until the last day. And there was
Grant got scared.
I did get a little bit scared. I'll admit that. Look, we've talked on Instagram, things like that, but I'd never met him. And he's a little bit different, right? In his videos, he's very high energy, but he's hard to read. So it was difficult to just say the first day I met him, "Hey, will you shoot this meme with me?" So I asked him like the morning of the last day, and there was only 2 hours before the event. And he said, "Yeah." I texted him. And then we just ran out of time. So I'm keeping that idea and hopefully we'll get to shoot it. And Rodrick actually helped me with that one as well in the car drive there. Yeah.
No, mine are all just on my notes on my phone. But yeah, I find like if there's one that you really overthink and you go, I want to make this, I want to come up with an idea and I want to think about it, they end up being the worst ones. It's the ones when you just like think of it off the top of your head, they end up being like the best ones. But I don't have stacks of paper. Mine's just literally just notes on my phone.
Oh,
Pick up an
wow.
idea.
Hey, George,
Now,
can you send me
those-
that list, please?
wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Send that list over, please.
Right, just replay the video, slow it down,
Yeah.
Yeah.
zoom in.
Enhance.
How many memes are there, do you think?
Oh, I'm not even going to try and guess. I have no idea. There's plenty.
I have them in my phone too. So I text myself a lot, and
He has them on his phone, but he's got 20 different phones.
And if you,
around the
like-
house, and he needs to find the right phone.
I mean,
I don't
these are
think-
all meme ideas, and they say the same thing as the notepad. Jake's right. It's chaos.
I haven't heard anything more sad than I text myself sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
yeah,
Brad,
I
but
text myself. I do.
that's rough.
Yeah.
I do.
There'll be
right
one.
now.
There will be one where we end this call where it'll be like, "Hey Grant, sorry that you got so much hate in the comments, but
Yeah.
I think you're a really good guy."
Hey, thanks for
Yeah.
the
Keep up
engagement.
your hard
Chris.
work.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's true. That's hilarious.
I actually thought I'll tell you guys this. I'm not gonna make this one yet. I gotta wait, but I'm gonna tell it to you guys. 'Cause I think
Oh,
it'll
the
be this
race is on. Who's going to get it out first,
Oh,
George or
nice.
Grant? Remember
you
that
guys
it
can make-
is
you guys can
20
make
past
this.
10 in the evening for George.
one. No, it's fine.
I've got keys to the gym.
I went to the Globo gym the other day, and I saw some bros working out with each other, and they were spotting each other on bench press. And the dude's like really close, almost whispering, and the guys are like, "Yeah, you got this, you got this." So the idea is how people cheer each other on at like a bodybuilding gym versus CrossFit gym. So the CrossFit gym, you're sitting on the box like, "Yeah, let's go, George and Grant and Jason, good job." And then it's a bunch of bodybuilding stuff, and it's just, you can do this, man. You're so strong. You're so strong.
just like a creepy whisper or what?
I'm like, just like the dudes that I was watching spot each other. Like they're literally helping each other do like more. They're like doing.
That's
he's right,
awesome.
like spotting
Yeah.
them.
And then
Are
somebody.
you doing it yourself or with someone?
I'll probably do it with my brother-in-law. He works at
Okay.
At like a regular gym, like a conventional gym.
Nice.
So we'll do like a few of those, and then we'll do a few in a CrossFit gym.
Have you also got the when they're all cheering someone on when they because they're going for a squat, like a heavy squat, and then they are like losing their mind after they get it, but the range of motion is like abysmal. It was like a quarter squat, if that, and then obviously across the gym, you'd hit like a lifetime PR, and people are like, nah, no rep. Didn't hit that,
For
sorry.
some reason, the first person I think about for that meme would be George. It's as a coach when you're like excited for them to do it, and then they're doing a squat, and he's like, and then he's close, and then he doesn't get depth, and he stands up, and the guy's like, and he looked at George, and George was like, yeah, that wasn't depth.
Yeah. I mean, just come to my class. That's what I do with most people, to be fair.
Oh, you know what you need is you need them to be walking up to ring the bell.
Yeah,
as
slap it
they're,
away.
As they're about to ring the bell, you just a hand to stop.
Yeah, slap their hand.
That's
Ooh.
good. That's
Okay,
good.
now it's a race.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I have some that I've really liked, but you need people for them. There's a lot of things you can do that you think you need people that you don't, but there's a few that I actually need a group of people for. And those ones seem to be hard to get to. So it was fun, like going anywhere, like in Denver, to have people to shoot memes with. Whether they're athletes or not athletes doesn't really matter. If they do CrossFit and they're down to do a meme, it's always helpful because it's easier than wearing wigs.
The best meme I have ever seen was an entire gym, like an entire gym class. It was brilliant. It makes me want to go back to coaching just to make memes with the entire class. It was the coach being like, "All right, guys, so we're going to be doing some snatches today, below the knee, whatever, overhead, squat, everybody get it?" And then the next clip is like what my class actually does. And it's 20 people scattered across the gym, and they're just doing a bunch of nonsense. It was incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, George, I mean, you've got keys to the gym. Do you have the hearts of all the members? That
I don't have any
get them
friends,
to do?
so that's the hard part,
Yeah,
to be honest.
That's a
especially
lie.
if I go
George.
fit fast.
People have messaged me from your gym saying that you haven't taken my shirt off since you got back from Rogue.
Hold on.
Calling me out.
I remember a small following online making memes in the gym. Oh,
Oh, that's funny.
Travis.
I'm in I feel like my mind is bending right now.
I'm intrigued
I
by the
think he was
fact.
referring to George Grant. Don't worry.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
I'm
I'm new to
Okay.
this.
yeah. So
He says
I'm in-
Grant, parentheses Grant.
Oh,
I like that. We should come up with more ideas right now and just do them for Christmas time. Get ready for Wadapalooza. We're gonna get Jason to Wadapalooza, hopefully. Hey, make sure you guys
I'm about-
support this channel. Hit the like button so that Jason can get to Wadapalooza.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
15 people here. You guys all just need to donate
Like-
$1,000 each, and he'll
Yeah,
be able
that's
to
all,
make
yeah.
it across the pond. It's not too much to ask,
That's
is
right.
it?
Travis, the most beautiful man in fitness. Wow. That's nice. So I was interested as well about this, that you've all gone the route of like having multiple personalities. And so all of your videos are you as, like George, you're quite often the coach and the member or the athlete or like whatever. Grant has an entire array of wigs and costumes that he has committed to the bit. And oh, sorry, yeah, hold on. Oh, I just forgot about that. Corey said that his $2.99 was for you and you alone, Rodrick. So
Thanks, Corey. You spelled my name wrong, but I still appreciate it.
oh, so yeah, see, that's the problem. I tried to send him the money and it bounced back. And at that point, I'm keeping it. Yeah. So yes, I'm just sort of like well, I suppose Ali does a similar thing, doesn't she? She plays multiple people, but
Yeah.
Is that just because it's so much easier to do it yourself than to have like a partner in crime? Or although we have to, I mean, we cannot let you go without addressing that you also have the best partner for memes in the world, Rodrick.
Just
you're,
best partner,
you're lovely.
period. Yeah, not just
Best partner period, but
Yeah.
yeah. Well, my wife is in earshot, so I can't really say that. Yeah, the ones with your wife are obviously, some of my favorites. Although, see, I like it when you're like, I need a woman's point of view on this, so I'm going to bring my wife in. Whereas your sister prefers when you're with a towel hair and a sports bra. So
yeah. Well, this the one she doesn't want to be in, Or there's been a few memes that I'll tell, or we'll talk about like some of the ladies I would train at Rolo Athletics, and I'm like, oh, that's really funny. You should do it. And they're like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do it by myself. Yeah. Like getting a haircut in your sports bra or something,
Have you gone down that route yet, George?
What, the towel?
Yeah.
I haven't, but I'm stealing that. Yeah.
I was going to say, but is it in the list?
No, I want to go Grant's way of wigs.
Yeah.
I'm a wig guy. Yeah, I think I could get away with that.
Yeah.
I think you look good.
I like the idea that you could just
with the tash.
You could literally just take your list of that, the list we saw you scrolling through, and just be like, and here's the female version. Doubled my list. There we go.
Yeah, double up on numbers. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah. I mean, well.
That was good. An hour, 22 minutes, and Jason finally asked us some questions. Love it.
Okay. It's all about the warm-up. You know that as coaches, warm-up is very important. The older you get, the longer you need to warm up. That's also true.
Yeah.
And so are we I was about to start guessing ages, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, Jason and Grant
professional
group.
Jake has great ideas, by the way. Jake has you have a beautiful mind, Jake. A beautiful mind. So
I was going to ask if you ever do you have that thing where like you wake up in the middle of the night with an idea and then you write it down?
Yeah, that's how I came up with your idea at Rogue.
Yeah, well, because then I was going to ask, because then do you wake up in the morning and read your idea and it doesn't make any sense?
No, it's always awesome. And then you just workshop it with the person. and you're really happy that you wrote it down, because when you wake up, you're like, oh, what was that idea again? I can't remember.
Is that the same for you, George? Because you
I'm
nodded
quite
with
weird.
nodded with the yeah, I do wake up in the night and write it down. But I have a feeling that you are the one that writes it down and then reads like
Oh, yeah.
grower spaghetti. Mushroom.
I'm half asleep when I write it down, and then I'm like, oh, what was that idea again? You're like, no, I'm not using that. That didn't make any sense at all. But I'm quite weird. I get a lot from, so like if I listen to music or I listen to like a tune, I'll go, oh, I could do a video to that. So it's like, it's weird. And it's inspired by music. I'm a creative mind. What can I say?
Inspired by music. Okay. Well, I'm gonna throw that out to the other meme creators here. Does that like happen to you as well? Is music a trigger that you're like, oh, this song will fit perfectly with this, or this song inspires me to do this? Because I don't listen to music, so
usually when I go for a walk and listen to like audiobook.
There you go. Okay.
I'll usually listen to a few lines and then press pause because I'm thinking about something else, and then my mind just goes off, and then I answer all my life's questions.
All your life's questions.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Short walk. So that's impressive. So I wanted to comment on your video today that you put up, but somebody already put the comment when I went in, so I think I liked it, but that was all. You did the CrossFitter goes for a walk, and it was like normal person, and then the CrossFit doing the handstand walk, and I was like logging going, normal person, no shirt. That was my immediate thought, and then I opened the comment. It was like the second comment I saw was saying,
did you see my response?
Yeah, you said it's normal in SoCal, so I was like, okay. Asked and answered.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
Yeah.
For Grant to get ideas, he actually just puts his head in his pillow and he screams really loudly for about an hour.
That's true. Yeah. And then when it's over, out pops an idea. Music has definitely been a trigger for me though. A few times I'll hear something and it'll make me start to think about something, and then I'll be like, oh, this dramatic music or this song, what if this were happening? And it will start an idea, even though it might not be the final idea.
Hey, Grant, that's actually an amazing idea that Jake said. We should do a video where I'm snatching, but we switched bodies because we like peed in the same pond or something, and our bodies. Yeah. And you go to snatch, and you wake up and you're like, wow, this feels incredible. And you get like really low, and then I do a snatch and I'm like, wow, this feels like shit. What's wrong with me today? Here's the one problem. We look in the mirror and we're each other. Yeah. The one problem is that would mean that we'd have to get myself to do like a good snatch. It'd be easy to get you to. No. And you are the voiceover of my head.
Yeah, it's just the audio that changes. So maybe you do like one snatch.
But don't worry, there's no squat snatching there.
And it's not as good. Okay. And then you go back to the bar and you do this like amazing snatch.
I see. Yeah, that's funny.
Finally, I've got it. And you do a couple more.
That's funny.
Photoshop. I'm screwed.
Yeah, that was a really good idea. Jake has great ideas. Jake will say something and maybe it's not the final idea. He'll say the most outlandish things, but it's like, how did you even come up with that? And he helped me come up with an idea that I'm going to do for Christmas.
George, do you have any Thanksgiving memes? Do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving in the UK? Yeah, I didn't think so.
If you had just answered now, I've got loads, I was going to be very surprised. I was like, wow.
Well, I've been thinking is when I don't have holidays in the US, I should learn the holidays for everywhere and potentially make videos that are CrossFit related for that, because then it'd be broader audience.
That's very clever. Are you still doing stuff in Spanish?
No, it was really challenging because I don't speak Spanish. So my sister was having to translate everything. It was hard, very hard.
It was kind of a loss for the UK.
Hey guys. So I have to go. I have my podcast at 5 and I'm supposed to watch. It's a Hiller in review, sort of. And I have to probably watch his most recent video in order to know what I'm going to talk about.
I think you should not do that. And you should just watch it live. See what happens.
I might do that, but I also have to go check in with my wife, and I'm hungry, and I just want to stop by and have fun with you guys.
Okay. Well, we enjoyed having you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, good hanging out, guys. And to the chat, I'm sorry that I was here. Okay.
but only to
We'll
the
see you at
chat. If you're
Wodapalooza.
listening to this after the fact, he's not sorry. So if you've downloaded this as a podcast or you're watching it the day after, he's not sorry for you. Yeah, the fact that I think one of the funniest sort of interviews I've seen was when Hamilton first came over to the UK, and there was this, some American reporters had come over and they were talking about the musical, and they'd come over and they were like interviewing the cast members and interviewing the British cast members and the audience and all of this, and they asked one of the like cast members like, well, like how do you feel about like being in this show where you're like the losers? and like this is how much people that like live in England think about it. They were like, what do you mean? Yeah, because you it's about the and you lot. Oh yeah, I guess like that was. It's just such like not a thing.
Oh yeah.
But but he was going so hard on it. This American reporter, like that was the whole story. It's like, oh, these people like queuing up to go and see a musical about losing. I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Wow. Now that Grant's gone, I just want to
that's
say
very Michael,
he seems
that's
like a good.
very Michael Scott of Kenneth. It's like the episode when he's like, I would never say this in front of Pam, but she's actually a lovely person.
Yeah. Why would you never say that?
Why didn't you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I heard something the other day, and it was how we never got taught about this Boston Tea Party, but that's apparently a big thing in America that they love to talk about.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we don't like to think about our losses.
I mean, you say our losses, like it wasn't us.
Yeah.
The people that would care about that have got, way more money than I do. They're it's that inherent wealth that is coming back on them. Right. Wow. It's been one of the most. I'm gonna probably have to, when this ends, just scroll back through the chat and understand what on earth was happening, because that's been one of the wildest.
Well, Grant's easy. He likes to talk about anything, so he keeps talking, and he's friends with all these people, so he always has people in the chat. It's so fun.
It must be nice having friends.
Well,
can't wait to have that one day.
Sure.
In Wodapalooza.
So, are you actually going to Wodapalooza, George?
Yes.
Is this happening? This is happening. Has that been announced anywhere other than here? Do the members of your gym know?
Here first.
Wow. Okay.
A few people.
Few people. So,
yeah.
Well, all right. Okay.
We'll say it was announced here first.
If you could. If you could. So, I mean, this is live, so it's going to be
probably
tricky.
Get like 20 million views.
Yeah.
The fact that George is coming to Wodapalooza.
Yeah. Exclusive.
So if you want to see me, this Tash, and some banana Speedos, get yourself to Miami Beach in January. There you go.
That's good.
Just take that little soundbite, post it. There's a new hit for you.
I'll post that, and then I get a message from Wodapalooza, and they're like, "Look, ticket sales have really taken a dive suddenly. We're thinking this might be because of this. Is there any chance you could just remove that reel?" Yeah, okay.
We've had a lot of requests for refunds.
George, who would you love to make memes with while you're at Wodapalooza? Who would be like, oh man?
Apart from you, of course.
I mean, I would love to make memes with you.
Yeah.
Any athletes, since you didn't get to meet very many at Rogue? Wodapalooza is more chill competition, more chill vibe.
Ariel Owen is up there because I like her videos. To be fair, I've got his belt, so Dell and Pepper. That needs to happen. Jason said he was going to get it signed, but he never did.
George, you've just you're going all the way to Miami, and you've mentioned two athletes that just happen to be the two of the athletes that are going to be at FitFest. That is the most relaxed you'll ever see athletes at a competition, because it is just an exhibition, and it's very much like everyone's a winner already.
Have you got a? I mean, you spent the first half of this podcast on your phone. Did you get a reply?
Yeah, I got quite a few replies. I was going to.
All the replies say, "Please stop texting me."
We have no idea who this guy is. No.
I'm going to give you a somebody else to contact direct, and then they'll sort it for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry.
The less said, the better.
But then you can, I'm sure that you can once again attempt to get your belt signed.
I think we can do it, George. I think we'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
I heard Rodrick's coming down for FitFest, right?
Yeah. He said
I
to me.
tried to figure out a way to make it happen. It's
Really?
it's really expensive.
Oh yeah, crazy. And I just as well. I think I don't know. I would be curious to know if you think it's been like how you feel it's been promoted.
FitFest?
Yeah, like
I mean, I've seen it like here and there, and then some of the I love when the athletes collab FitFest on what they're doing. I think that's honestly the when I see promotions the most, when people are announcing and not like a picture of the athlete, but when the athletes like they do their own sort of content that they normally do. And then I mean, Colton's just such a good example. He's pretty much just like, yeah, I'm gonna go there and take names, and it's part of his brand. It's kind of who he is. And then it was collabed with FitFest, and I was like, oh snap, he's gonna be at this competition, and he's gonna be, the rest of the world versus Europe. So I think if more athletes could do that, it would definitely more people would see it and like see the promotions. But
I think the majority
have done that.
Have done that. I mean, there's not that many people like, it's not that many athletes like that are in the elite showcase. I think the majority have put something out, which is
it's sick.
Which is good.
I like that version.
Yeah, it just seems so close, and still, I don't know. people like George are wondering if they're going to be there. That's when he puts out a post that's him saying, "Hey guys, just so you know, I'm going to be down there." Then I'm going to get excited. That's when I'm going to get really excited.
I won't put it out just yet.
No. Keep the people guessing.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you made like $15 on this chat, dude. So you're close. You're close to
so close. Yeah, I wonder if we can keep it going for another 3 hours. Then that would be really good. I could. I should. You know what I should have done is just say, "Hey, if you want me to kick Grant off, I need to reach $50," and then he's off.
How about this? $100 on this show to not bring Grant back. There you go.
There you go.
Wow.
For the next show.
That'll get you a night in Miami.
Yeah. Not even.
Not even. I was
that'll pay for your Uber from the airport.
Oh,
I like this question, George.
I mean, I know it wasn't aimed at me because I've never got close.
I don't think I've ever scrapped a meme. Actually, every time I think of a meme and I make it, a long time ago, I told myself I'm going to stop not making videos that I think about, because there were so many instances where I'd make something and post it, and I thought this isn't really good, and it would do really well. So I told myself, if I'm going to make something, even if I don't think it's that good, I'm going to post it because it might actually be relatable, and I'm just being hypercritical of myself. So yeah, there's definitely memes I've done with athletes that don't really do well, but I always will post. So
very good.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm learning, is just like sometimes the ones where you think, oh, this is crap. You put it out there and then it ends up being like one of your better ones. So
yeah.
I don't even know myself.
I think that's how I feel whenever I mean, they're rarer these days because I'm struggling to do them. But when I put out like the videos, like the kind of talking head videos, sometimes I'm like, I'll do it, I'll record it, I'll make it, and then I'll just think to myself like, but this is, well, thanks. That's what you think when you watch it, but that's what I think as well. But I think like, I'm not, I feel like I'm not really saying anything here. Like this is all, like it's just so simple, and this is just, I'm just, stating the obvious. Surely this is unnecessary, and like,
but it's obvious to you, not everyone else,
Yeah. Well, that's why I have to, I guess, tell myself, because yes, I have a few things coming soon. Hopefully, in the end, I didn't make anything from Rogue. That was the only really disappointing thing. I went through the footage I had, and I was just like, there was stuff there that I really liked, but it was kind of, it didn't feel like, oh, this is something that necessarily other people will enjoy, because it was.
Yeah, but now you're doing exactly what you said.
You
should make it anyway.
I should.
Because you never know, because that's a side.
What's the worst that could happen?
Don't get to see. Yeah.
So that's gonna happen. Rogue, email me and say, just in case you think about applying for a media pass next year.
Well, you'd probably the access would be similar, right? So.
Yes. No, I think it'd be better if I didn't have one. No, in the end, I did all right. I did fine. I mean, I put out lots of stuff on Instagram, which is rare. But I mean, for me, YouTube is more important. If I can get stuff up on there, then.
Well, it seems like the inverse is true, because if you post it, they're more likely to be like, oh, Jason should get more access because he actually created stuff based on it. But if you do this and you're like, I didn't get that much access, well, they're going to have no incentive to want to bring you back and give you any more
Oh
opportunity.
no, but like, this is the thing: is the access stuff I got.
Yeah.
All of that is the stuff that I have posted. So that's why I posted
gotcha.
all the Instagram stuff. So it's all like the interviews that I posted all of that up and stuff. Well, not all, a lot of that I've clipped and posted. It's more the kind of just some of the people I met behind not even behind the scenes, but just like in the crowd or in the vendor video, or getting to hang out with the Meme for Time family. I mean, that's obviously
That was fun. Good
The
time.
highlight was the guy that came up to you and wanted to speak to you, Jason, and you didn't believe it. It was like, are you sure you're not here for Rodrick?
Yeah. Yeah, but Rodrick missed that because he was too busy talking to someone else who had come over to talk to him. But his whole family saw it, so Rogue has never really given good media access. Yeah, that's what I'm sort of hearing.
Well,
the Buttery Bros had incredible access because
they also make really high-end.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
I want to be very clear that I
Were you comparing yourself?
The same level of access that they had, and also like absolutely, but like I believe that the warm-up area and like an area for the athletes that is absolutely sacred, and media should not be given access to, because that is the time for them to be able to just prepare and not worry about things like that. I think that is important at competitions. I do think there should be a nice like middle ground where it's sort of, here is an area that media can come, athletes can go, so they can do interviews, they can talk, things like that. And it's not that, because the problem we had is that if we wanted to speak to people, they kind of had to be out basically in public. And I mean, the crowds were like swarming people if they saw an athlete. So
it seems like Rogue does it intentionally so that the athletes can just be comfortable going to, like, it's the cream of the crop, right? The top who are going to Rogue. So it's like, hey, we're covering your stuff. You don't have to deal with a bunch of people while you're here, and you just get to enjoy competing. I get that aspect of it for sure.
Yeah. Oh, but I think they have, like, that's, I agree as well with that. Like, I think there should be that area. But I think if I'm speaking to the athletes and they're like, yeah, I'd be happy to talk, we know each other, that's great. Yeah, I'd love to come and have a chat.
Yeah.
There at least being an area where we can go and do that, knowing that, again, it is media, private to the degree, that they're not going to have just people that are like
swarm.
Yeah. Exactly. Rather than that freezing cold corridor that you were in.
That was, But the thing is that freezing cold corridor I was in, you could also have been in. Anyone could be in. It was just a corridor in the in the venue, and if you just looked down, if you just happened to like look down that corridor or leave one particular door of the arena, you too would be there. So it was sort of, and in fact, sometimes you can hear, like in the interviews, people doing like doors just slamming because people are just walking through it. So
Jason, my wife said that she recorded that conversation you had with the person who was there to see you.
Yeah.
So the video of that does exist.
It does exist there.
And just for the record, I had a couple of people as well. But...
Yeah, people got some pictures of Greg, George.
I'd love to be somewhere Jason is, because I know he'd be like, someone wants to talk to me. Yeah.
There you go. Another fan.
It is weird, because I'm sure George probably feels as I do. I'm going to put this in your, and then George, you're going to be like, no way, I expect to be swarmed by my fans. I'll be like, okay, George, sorry. But like, what was happening to Rodrick was like crazy, but also like understandable to a degree, right? Like, there's all these people there. They've followed you maybe for a long, long time. They've never seen you in person because they're in Europe and they're not traveling to event, and even if they travel to an event that maybe you're at, who knows if they're going to see you. So they see you, they run up and they stop you. They want to talk to you. Like, great. That makes sense. Anytime somebody said my name and like knew who I was, and it wasn't somebody who knew who I was because we're often at, events together, or like it was just people that are like, oh, I know
Watching
who you
videos.
are.
Yeah.
Well, basically, it was anybody that used like the whole name. And
Jason
not
CF
just,
Media.
like, not just like, oh, hi, Jace, how are you? That was like, it just felt wrong, and I
It's
felt
weird,
sorry
that's
for them.
for sure.
I'm like, there's a lot of great people here. Don't worry about me. Go and have fun with them.
The first one I had where someone wanted to speak to me and get a picture. I was eating chicken and rice, just minding my own business, and they
Just
went
like
George,
today.
and I was like, no,
Guys always eat chicken. Yeah.
I was like, no, it's Greg, but go on. And she was like, oh, can we get a picture? And I've never been more awkward in my whole life. I didn't know what to do with this chicken and rice. I was like, do you want me to have this in the picture? Do you want me to go put it down? Should I have it behind my back? And they were like, it's just a picture. You can do whatever you want. I was like, no, what do I do with this chicken? I was just overthinking it.
Yeah.
Tell me what to do with it.
Well, now they have a great story. They'll be like, I met that George guy, Greg.
Yeah, he's very awkward.
Yeah. Obsessed with chicken. I also had somebody message that I really couldn't believe, that was like oh, I saw you, but I was like, I didn't feel like
Nervous
to
to
come
say
and say
hello.
hello. And I'm
Yeah.
like, are you mad? Oh yeah, was that when I was swarmed by other fans that you thought, oh, I can't possibly like, come on, I was probably lonely.
Maybe it was
What
when you were at
guys
the urinal.
doing?
He didn't want to speak to you.
Well, I was gonna say, if she had been at the urinal, I think there may have been a problem, that someone would have been like, you shouldn't be in here. Maybe don't go and talk to people.
That comment.
We're throwing underwear all out. Meanwhile, people
Yep.
asking George if he works at the venue. Okay. All right. Very good. Do I have any other meme questions? No. Honestly, I just had such a good time with you two, at Rogue, that I was like, I can't let this end. I've got to get you both on the show so we can have a nice chat together, and also for people to get to know George. That got difficult because George, you need to be a more powerful personality, particularly when Grant's on.
I realized that. I just thought he has taken the reins on this one.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get you a hat and a microphone that you can hold really close.
Just give me the ability to mute him, and then I'll be fine.
That would be hilarious.
I could have done that.
That's enough from him. Let me talk
next time. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, Rogue. I thought Rogue was incredible. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys and just chilling with the community. It was awesome.
I mainly just like the desserts.
Yeah, you had a lot of them every night.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm not sorry.
George, how come you didn't come to dinner with us the second night? Were we annoying the first night?
Yeah, my social battery was depleted.
We thought maybe we had offended you or something on that second night. So I was nervous to ask you if you wanted to come hang the third night.
No, I can't remember. What was it? I can't remember the reason I had to get back, but I was more happy the next night.
I got a phone call saying, oh, are you going to come with us for dinner again tonight? George said no. I was like, wow. Okay.
That makes it sound a lot harsher than it was.
He filled up on chicken and rice.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I mean, actually, like, Friday for me was not a good day. Like,
you were happy.
You didn't stop talking about it, Jason.
I was not. Well, okay, I was about to say something nice, but now
Jason talks way more in person than he does during his podcast.
He does.
By the way, everyone.
Yeah. Well, only because then
Grant.
I go to my hotel room where I'm on my own and I sit in silence. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, Friday was not a good day for me, and I was literally in the vendor village talking to someone I knew because of other events and things like that. So, not a fan, just a person. And they were asking about like how it was going, and I was like, well, honestly, telling them honestly how I thought it was going, and then I just got like a tap on my back, and it was Rodrick being like, hey, we're all going for dinner. Do you want to come? It was between events, right? It was like between the last event of the day. Yeah.
I freed up a spot.
That is not how it went. We invited both of you for dinner on Friday, and then Saturday is when George didn't come.
Yeah. and then I got the really weird thing of eating dinner in front of you all on the Sunday because I
I didn't
arrived.
leave you hanging. I had my other
You
dessert
had
then.
your second dessert. That's true.
2
That was-
desserts.
Yeah.
Well,
was-
we were just being mocked for our English. In
No,
the
you weren't.
UK,
No, you weren't, George.
we were being mocked.
You were trying to speak Spanish.
Yeah, but I was being fed offensive terms.
Only bad words, that's for sure.
That you somehow managed to make worse.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You did learn.
I insulted someone's mother by accident.
Yeah,
your
you
mother.
You insulted my mom.
Oh yeah,
on
my own
Facebook
mother.
as well.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Mom.
That
Yeah.
was good.
Well, Rodrick actually called me last week, was it? And I insulted his mother over the phone.
Was she there?
Yeah,
she was.
watching, yeah.
I felt terrible, to be honest.
Yeah. She hasn't
But,
recovered since. So
No.
Yeah.
She's already thrown a sandal, and it is
In her
on
own
its
home.
way round. It will hit you any minute. Okay, yeah. But yes, the dinners were nice. It was a nice time getting to spend time with the Meme for Time family. It's bigger than you think. There's
yeah.
more moving parts than you know. Yeah. People that carries bags. There's a bodyguard, doesn't eat chicken, which is weird. There's that also because you sent me a video where you were still in Scotland.
yeah, we all went for dinner, and she's the only one who got beef. Everyone else got chicken. That dinner, by the way, was absolutely incredible. I dream about it every night.
Oh,
It was
really?
like lightly breaded chicken, some avocado, really good salad. Ooh, I would go back. I'd go back right now to Scotland, to be honest.
I mean,
Maybe not right now. It's freezing cold.
Yeah,
I don't care. I'd go back.
yeah. Third mortgage. Come on.
Let's see what
Yeah.
the temperature is right now. Let's see.
Although Miami is in January, that's going to be. Is it going to be cold? I doubt it.
Look it up. Look
20
it up.
degrees, maybe.
He's looking up Scotland. You can look up Miami.
All right. Aberdeen
Yeah.
right now is 35 degrees. Well, Fahrenheit. But it's nighttime. So
Miami
tonight-
is between 18 and 22 in January. So that's like our summer. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you'll be fine. There will be like going, oh, it's a bit chilly, it's a bit cold. Oh, I don't know. And
I
you'll be like,
love I love when I see the news reports where it's like, people in the UK passing out during a marathon, and I transfer to Fahrenheit and it's like 75 degrees. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's crazy.
Yeah, because you're acclimated to it, whereas
Yes,
we
I know, I
were
understand.
acclimated to nothing.
I can still laugh, okay?
Whether it's cold or whether it's hot, we are not acclimated.
yeah. And there is no air conditioning anywhere apart from in your car, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the UK?
Well, pretty much, yeah, because it's
Oh,
that kind of, it's the thing of it's like, oh, well, it's always cold, so we don't really need to waste money in installing this system in our building because it's never hot enough to need it. And then every summer it like rolls around and people are like, oh, it's too hot. Oh, I can't do anything. Oh.
A lot of the houses near the ocean here don't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense because it's still like 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
It'll be wet. The UK hardly ever sees the sun. We actually had some. I think the weather at Rogue was like it was
Real
perfect
lucky.
English weather. There was like days where it was very grey and
Mm.
wet, and then also, a few hours later, like blue skies and sun, and you're like, oh, this is. So I think Aberdeen really did their best to put on a show for all these people that travelled there. So
Yeah, I thought
well
it was
done.
great. It was
We
awesome.
did that video in the car park at like 10 o'clock at night, and it was still dry. So we were lucky there.
Yeah. I also enjoyed that meme later.
Oh, you were watching that from the hotel window.
Well, that was no. I think we were still in the restaurant. I was with
Oh, the
rest of the
suspect one?
family.
Oh yeah.
And you guys had just decided, let's go outside and make memes, and we had decided, let's stay in the warm. And then they also were like, well, actually, no, let's go to our room. And so I was like, well, I'll go to my room, which is in another building. So I had to
Yeah.
leave.
It was like that Step Brothers scene. We were just like us two running around, just having fun. And
Yeah.
you just had to sit there and finish your meal.
Yes. Well, I started my meal very late, so that's fine.
Yeah, you were
Uh,
like 5 hours late, so
It's not my fault that I was that late. I was
Literally,
waiting
you're
on someone.
responsible for where you are. You're an adult.
Yeah, but okay. Yep, fine. You're right. You're right. I mean, you know why I was late, but it doesn't matter. That's fine.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of the content on why you're late, so
Well, I put out the interview, so
yeah.
it's fine.
I'm excited to see the content you put out from Rogue. I hope you put it together.
All right, I'll do that. Yeah.
You'll
Yes.
you'll get at least 2 views, and we'll send it to Grant, and that'll be 3 views.
Yeah. And then Grant will dissect it and make some memes from it, and
He'll do an in review of Jason CF Media.
yeah. Oh, we can only dream that I reach those heights. That someone decides to put me in review. Okay, it's wow, very late here. Sorry, George. I told you. You asked me how long it was, and I told you, oh, they're half an hour. Maybe the longest I've done has been like 2 hours. So don't worry.
I still haven't finished my.
It'll probably be an hour. And 1 hour and 55 minutes later, let's wrap things up.
Let's do it.
George, where can people find you?
You're welcome. Why do you ask me now? It's been quiet all this time.
Because I saw you put a big piece of raw chicken in your mouth. That would be the right time to ask. Rodrick,
Yeah.
apart from Wodapalooza, have you got anything coming up that people should keep their eye? I know you were talking earlier about your the YouTube shows you were doing that you'd stopped for a while. Are they coming back? Are you interviewing more athletes?
Yeah, Sunday I should be back on there.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
What time? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Unsure.
I'll be interviewing Amy Bream.
Oh, that is not true. George is the UK John Young. No. Oh, okay. Always eating on a podcast. That is true. Out of every single appearance he's ever done on a podcast, he has been eating 100% of the time. So that is a fact. George, before you shove more food in your face, you obviously you've got your Instagram, which people can see there. So Coach GT. We know you're going to be going to Wodapalooza, potentially Fit Fest. When are you starting your podcast? Everyone's got one.
When there's demand, so it might be a few years yet.
Okay, everybody, shoot, DM George some words in Greek, and also that you would like him to start a podcast. Raw chicken is a bold choice. Yep.
You know,
so if you don't see him in Miami,
he stays so lean.
Yeah.
He eats all of the raw chicken and then he just poops all of it out.
It's my secret.
Yeah.
Rodrick's just let it out.
Okay. When will you be starting your nutrition course that people can sign up to?
It's good. It's going to be a book, not a course. So, you know, save 15 minutes by not cooking it. That's how it goes.
That's a good name for a cookbook.
Save 15 minutes by not cooking it. Yeah. And save even more time by not reading the book. There you go. Done. Okay. Well, thank you everyone in the comments. That was lovely for your input. Where would you have been without you? Thank you to the meme masters, George and Rodrick. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Say Jesus, Rodrick. Okay, yeah. Don't look at the comments when I'm doing the.
Yeah, we need to shut off the comments and turn Jason's phone off for the next time we're live, so he can focus on. I
can't focus. That's the problem. So I will be back on Friday, not for Plate Stack Chat per se, but it will be another live show. I have Troy Smith and his coach on. Troy was one of the athletes that will be at the International Functional Fitness World Championships in Budapest. The workouts are released Thursday night for us in the UK. So on Friday, we will be looking at those workouts just to see what we can expect to see showing up in Budapest in like 2 weeks' time. So there'll be a show on that if you're interested, and probably I will try and put YouTube content out about that event. So I better get Rogue out first, I suppose. So thank you again, everybody, and hopefully I'll see some of you maybe on Friday. Who knows?